Hey everybody, welcome and thank you for tuning in to get an update on the channel and recap for 2022. I know a lot of channels do monthly or annual recaps, and figured with the way the channel's growing, I want to make sure that everybody that has a vested interest in the channel gets an opportunity to hear a little more detail about behind the scenes and where we're at, where we're headed. So thank you. Well, I think I want to start with the history of the channel and just explain kind of where the channel came from. And it really sprung from a desire to just record the content of the games I was playing and upload them, solicit feedback from people on things I could do better, or maybe even if I was doing something right, be able to share that information to other people and just be helpful in the YouTube space for others. So it's kind of grown and changed a little since there, and I'll get into that in a little bit, but that's kind of where the whole concept spawned from. I don't do this full time. This is a part-time thing for me. I have a full-time job and a family and other obligations, but I have been investing more and more time into the YouTube side of things. So just to start with a recap for 2022, I have been shocked and amazed at the relatively rapid growth of the channel from where I thought it would start out as and where I thought it was headed. Views, we've seen 14,300 views on all of the videos I've posted to the channel so far. That equates to about 1,900 hours of watch time that you guys have invested your time in watching the content that I've created. And we have 1,560 new subscribers to the channel since the beginning of 2022, which is really when I kicked the channel off in earnest. I had some content posted before, but it was just little clips of different games I've played. It was nothing with any intention behind it. So I do want to take the time to thank you all for liking the videos, subscribing to the channel, commenting, providing your feedback. The constructive feedback has been fantastic. I haven't been burdened by any like extremely negative commentary. Everybody's been super great, very supportive, and I really appreciate all the feedback you give, not just in the games that I'm playing, on how to do things better, or maybe an alternate way to handle a situation, but even in the YouTube space of, hey, you should do more editing, or hey, you should do this, or hey, you should try that. It's all really appreciated, and I really take a lot of it to heart. So thank you, and please continue to do that. So now that I've kind of gone over a recap and I've talked a little about the history of the channel, let's talk a little bit about where the channel's headed and what I think I can tweak or alter to kind of change things and move in the right direction. So I've learned a lot in the past year about YouTube, about analytics, and I've been really surprised at the type of content that people are seeming to enjoy and engage with versus what I might have suspected myself. So one of the changes that I've implemented over the past couple months, and I'm hoping you have noticed, but I've really ramped up the editing of my content. When I started the channel, I was just recording and uploading and not editing at all. I'm not a professional editor. At least at the beginning, I didn't know how to edit anything. So it's been a very large learning curve for me to get into that, and I've really kind of embraced that, and I've spent a lot more time lately editing the content just to kind of clean it up, remove a lot of the dead air, focus on the interesting points in the video, and just kind of condense the time frame on some of the videos. So I think that has been good overall. I feel like people have appreciated that, and I kind of see that reflected a little bit in the view counts and the subscribing. So thank you for that, and thank you for that feedback. One downside of this is that it's really easy to record a video and just upload it without doing anything to it. The amount of time it takes to edit content is significantly greater than just uploading raw video footage. So the time investment has increased significantly as a result of this editing process. And part of it is because I'm new to it, and I'm trying to learn the most efficient ways of doing that, but it is like 4 to 5 times more time investment per video in order to do all of the editing. So I do think it's worth it, but that does mean going forward, one of the things I'm going to have to do is kind of scale down the quantity of videos that I'm generating. I've been relatively consistently uploading 5 to 6 videos a week for the past year. And that was okay when I didn't have to do a lot of editing, but with me focusing on producing better, I guess you would say quality videos, I'm going to have to reduce the amount of videos I'm doing because, like I said, I have a full-time job, I have a family, I have other obligations, and the time investment is just too much. And I don't want to burn myself out and become one of those YouTubers who just stops making videos or disappears for half a year or a year. I want something to be sustainable and long term, and I want people to enjoy the content that I generate, and I want people to collaborate with me and continue to grow the channel going forward. So that's kind of where I'm thinking going forward is, reducing the quantity of videos, increasing the quality of them. One of the other things I think I would like to do, I know I've been kind of struggling with the idea of this, but I haven't gotten any feedback on this. So, please comment if you have an opinion one way or the other. But one of the things that kind of drives me a little batty is, some of these series I started at the beginning of the channel, and I'm still, a year later playing the same map or the same scenario because I'm only doing one video a week of that content. So there's kind of different ways to approach that and try to condense that a little bit. One would be, playing a significantly larger quantity of that game and being very aggressive in editing and only showing, I might take 3 hours of playtime and chop up, the best 30 minutes of that and then upload that on a weekly basis, which would accelerate the time frame in which the actual scenario is completed. Another is to focus on, uploading, say 3, 4 videos a week, but it's all the same content until we burn through that scenario, and then we move on to the next game or the next thing. Another way to kind of handle it is to do nothing. If everybody's pretty happy with the way that is and they just enjoyed tuning in once a week to see some content, I'm more than happy to continue doing that. The other thing I was thinking of doing is diversifying the content a little bit. So I think there is an opportunity to do something greater than just a kind of a let's play scenario where we play through a specific campaign of a game and just play it through to its completion. There might be some opportunity there, I think, to just make little snippets or like, do a single recording or maybe 1 or 2 episodes of a video where we, try new games coming out or look back at some retro games and play them and, kind of give our opinion on it and kind of see, people like that type of content. So that's another thing I'm thinking of doing, if and when I have time in between the video content to see if I can kind of diversify the channel a little bit and not just strictly have long drawn out strategy game scenario play. So, in general, I think that's a good recap of where I think we're going. So please, your feedback is invaluable to me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I mean, you guys are the reason I'm here. And while I recognize I can't ever please anyone 100%, I do want to carefully consider community input and make sure to tailor my decision making to, what is most like. So thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed the little bit of the channel recap, and I look forward to a very successful 2023.